We have 3 beehives. Out of those 3 beehives, we have 2 fully producing hives. And out of those 2 producing hives, we were able to extract 17 frames full of honey. We basically, we took only the top box from each hive, and we have 17 frames of honey now. Each frame is about 2.6 kilos, which comes to around 5.7 pounds of honey. So rounding it up to, let's say 6 pounds per frame, we got altogether about 102 pounds of honey. Now, of course, once you uncap wax and put your honey frames, back to the hive, after extraction, it's going to be less than 102 pounds. But you get a pretty good idea of what you get out of 2 supers, how much honey you get out of 2 supers from your hives. And what we are doing now, we are uncapping honey frames and removing wax. We use wax for making candles. And the way we do it, we use uncapping fork to uncap those frames. And the reason we use disposable aluminum pans is because it's easy. We don't have to wash them once we're done uncapping, because it's quite a bit of problematic washing or trying to wash anything that had beeswax on it. So we found the most efficient method for us. And that's how you uncap frames, with uncapping fork before putting it into honey extractor. And once you covered it, you start spinning your honey extractor, spinning the handle of the extractor. So that's how honey extraction process looks like. So what it does, it pulls out honey from honey cells, and honey drains on the bottom of the barrel. And once all of the honey has been extracted from those cells, you remove those frames and put new frames in it.
Can see inside.
See how honey has been coming out of those cells, and it's draining on the bottom. Now we'll close it again. So once you extracted one side of the honey frame, what you need to do, you need to remove it and flip it around and put it back into your honey extractor. That way you extract both sides of your honey frame. And this is how empty frame looks like once honey has been extracted out of it. You can almost see through it. These are cells made from wax. And once honey has been extracted, that's how it looks like. So honey extractor is filled with honey, and now we had to open the spigot and let all that honey drain into the bucket. I'm using a bucket with the spigot so that I can strain my honey after the bucket has been filled. And that's how it looks like. That's how it looks like when honey comes out of honey extractor. As you can see, it has this beautiful dark color. I wanted to show you how I filter honey. I use 400 micron plastic strainer for 5-gallon buckets. I use 5-gallon bucket, food grade with spigot. And I have 2 of those buckets. I have another bucket, also 5-gallon food grade with spigot. And the honey I'm filtering, see, it has some wax left over from extraction. And what I'll show you how I do this. So what I do, I put strainer into the bucket. Okay. Oh, and let me show you my setup. And I have this 7-gallon fermentation bucket that I use as a stand, because it just works great for me for the height of the kitchen island that we have. All right, so let me show you how this works. All right, so you let the honey out into the strainer. So this is cold filtration method. I don't heat up my honey. I just let it strain naturally through this filter and I bottle it, and that's pretty much it. So what you are looking at, this is dark Florida honey. We are in Central Florida, and this is pretty much how our Florida honey looks like. I collect it once a year, and it's basically a mix of oranges and Brazilian pepper, pretty much everything that grows in Florida throughout the year. And we strain honey in November, usually toward the end of November. Right. See how these wax pieces are coming out now? Usually when you extract honey, wax will float to the surface. Beautiful Florida honey. And that's pretty much it. That's how you strain and filter honey. And I leave it like this for usually takes, I would say, like 5-10 minutes until it filters through. And that's it. And then you go and bottle it. And then it looks like this when it's bottled. Beautiful, amazing Florida honey.